rebuke, I rebuke you, I 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 rebuke.
Okay, you can rebuke it all, but it's a very practical process with 49% of the population. And relationships are reflective. You reflect and draw the kind of men that you reflect. You draw what you are. So if your interactions are chaotic with men,
I rebuke.
about your rebuking, the clock counts for everybody.
Yes.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.
What's good, everybody? What is good? Welcome again to the Chaos Rain Show. I am Chaos Rain here, like always. If you are new to the Chaos Rain Show, welcome to the Chaos Rain Show. And for those that will be future new subscribers or whatever in the future, please, you know the deal, you know the drill. Hit the subscribe button. Give the videos a like or a dislike. And side note, dislike has been removed off of YouTube now for maybe 2.5 years, maybe 3. But it still counts as something that you don't like and you don't want people to know about it. So dislike will go even a long way. Also, if you feel so inclined, leave a comment on every live stream or video here on the Chaos Rain Show. And last but not least, the links to follow me are in the description. And those are, you can follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. You can add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And join my Discord service, which it is still open for, conversations, videos, or anything you want to talk about or even want to share or want for future live streams. Please follow me and join my Discord service. Also, follow me on Rumble as well, CRain23 on Rumble. And last but not least, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Membership guys, perks. That's all I'm gonna say. Enough of that. And I see y'all in the building. Please, guys, like the video. Let everybody know we're active. As you know, we got Nightbot. It's gonna welcome y'all in the chat room. Try to limit the all caps if you can, because it'll get fun with all caps. So that's all I'm gonna lay out. Any other further issues? If you think you have a question or you think that you need to be known, hit the super chat. All right, so I'm checking my systems now, make sure everything is good. Yeah, it looks like everything is good now. So we are ready to go. Sure. All right, let's go, guys. No further ado. The title, warning to all divestors, the reach back, or whatever you want to call it, the most powerful tool you ever use for success. And trust me, you see the thumbnail, the ladies here and whatever. We all know as men in particular, especially black men, that there are too many women that will go on the how should I say it? Go on the, and you know what I'm about to play, guys. They be on the carousel. And there is reward, but also consequence riding and jumping and hopping on the herbaceous carousel, or what you call the carousel. Nonetheless, after they have screwed, suck, be throat goats to other men, they make the conscious effort to come back to brothers. Especially you gentlemen here that got your stuff in order, got your ish together. You find enough ladies hitting you up on social media, especially that you didn't know in years, maybe a decade, for what reason, and now open and willing to open their legs. Ain't it amazing? But there is consequence, but also maybe a reward for enough of these ladies, lovely ladies, that go out their way to go screw other groups of men and then eventually come back to your doorstep, gentlemen, black men especially. So now these videos that I'm going to show by Desaline, because he gets these problems constantly. And I agree with the young brother. And he's about to be 30 years old this year because this is a new year. And I expect great things from him, more things from him. But really, truly, when we talk about these ladies, and is there real solutions to you ladies of the reach back? Can you be successful in the reach back? I'm not sure if I might dedicate up in writing on this. Maybe. I'm thinking. And I'm saying I'm thinking. But overall, this will only going to work if certain black men allow it. And right now, as you know, the poor black men are slowly not dealing with it anymore. I'm just saying. All right. So what video are we going to start? We're going to start with this one. Let's go. Fair use.
About the reformed divestor archetype. And I'm going to be examining 3 case studies, right? 3 case studies. One is a comedian. One is a very famous content creator who is very big in the interracial couple content space on YouTube. You know, her channel was massive, right? She was one of the chief propagandists for interracial couple content creation. And now she has found a black man. She has now started a family with a black man. And the third content creator is a woman who was a dating coach who used to, you know, according to her own words, dated whites exclusively. But now, in her own words, it's nothing like being married to a good black man.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up! God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Man. Gentlemen. I'm very disappointed. I'm not going to say even further. Let's keep going. Let run more. Let's go.
Lord have mercy. Now, not wasting no time. Let's get into it. The first case study is a young lady, young lady by the name of London Hughes. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not very familiar with her work. I'm not very familiar with her. She came on my radar in the past 24 hours.
Now, I'm not sure how old she is now. I would say roughly most of these women, once they have been out on the streets and be on the, what we call it, the herbaceous carousel. When they're on their journeys, exploiting and thriving in their sexual proclivity, enjoying all types of men and women, you know what I'm saying? They come back to you. And not in small increments, but in droves. And I say this personally. Beware. Let's continue.
And she started quite the conversation. So I'm gonna run the footage and I'm gonna come back on my commentary. Let's go.
Okay, quickly before I go out, the girlies want to know if black British women are not dating black British men. Who are they dating? The answer is, we're dating white guys. Both my ex-boyfriends in the UK were white. I'll tell you the type of white, like liberal white men. Like if you watch Love is Blind UK.
Now, before we continue, don't be fooled by the ladies that are Caribbean or what they consider real Africans from the continent that live in Europe, especially, that have more access to non-black people. I think the population of Europe, if anybody can correct me, I could be wrong, is less than 5%. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a little search right now because that has to be aired out, because before we move forward, we got to know what's the size population of black people outside of America. What's the percentage of black people that live in Europe. And we only say Europe because we can't say UK or because all parts of Europe from, I think it's Italy or some other parts, Italy, Scandinavia, or all those parts, that's all part of tied Europe. In Europe. All right, let me see. All right, let's see what it'll pull up. God damn. Are you serious? Wow. It said less than 1.7% to 1.21% of in total. That's how much a percentage of Black people, Afro, Sub-Saharan African, Afro-Caribbeans that live in Europe. That's not a big population. Here in America, it's like still roughly either 13 to 14% of the population of America. They're like not even 2%. That is amazing, people. So really, truly, living in Europe, if you're a Black person, you are a definite minority. All right, let's keep going. Various ways.
Benaya. I was dating Benayas, and dating Benayas was great. They treat you very well compared to my other option, which was not dating at all, because the Black men in my circles weren't checking for me. They were very much exclusively only dating white women, and they let me know. And to the Black men that I did date, some of them had internalized racism. So there was things about my Blackness they didn't like. So, for example, I'm not seen as attractive in the UK. Yeah, I'm not, I mean, I'm all right, but I led with my personality more because I just didn't think I had the looks, and it was Black men telling me that I didn't have the looks. Like, some of the worst names I've ever been called ever in my life have been from Black British men. So I remember I dated a Black guy, and he wouldn't like it if I took off my wigs at night to sleep. He wanted me to sleep with my wig on because he didn't like my 4C hair. And I would date like white guys, like liberal white guys that, you know, at times would, when I'm too tired, would take my wig off for me and put it on a wig stand and brush it out. So, yeah, I think that Black British women have decided to just go where we're wanted and where we're adored. And if that's white men, it's white men. And love is love and be happy. But yeah, I noticed, and we kind of all noticed that, like, a lot of Black men in the UK have a preference, and it's not us. But since moving to America, I've only ever dated Black men. And I want to thank, again, America, sorry to be up your ass, but I didn't think I was cute until I moved here. Like, oh my God, I get approached by Black men here, and I get to date Black men here for the first time in my adult life. I'm dating Black men. So, yeah, it's nice to be adored by your own kind. And that's never really happened for me in the UK. And a lot of dark-skinned women feel that way because, like I said, the type of a lot of Black men in the UK is white women or racially ambiguous, and I am neither. So yeah, we're dating white guys. Yeah, love is love. Date who you want. All right, I'm going out. Have a good night.
All right, we
Okay. Now, y'all already know the history of why we're here as Black people. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this. But and you know what? It reminded me of a particular section of the Red Book, which I have not read yet. But I'll give you the chapter what to look for those that don't know. Let me find it. Make sure you guys like the stream. And please, guys, you know what to do when I'm on the air. Support the channel. You know, support the interests. Need more than you say?
Money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
Everyone!
All right, I found a chapter. The chapter is titled, which I will get into and I'll read for myself in time. I'm not going to reveal it here, but y'all guys could look it up. It says here, location, location, location. This is off the Red Book of the ladies' edition of the Book of Obsidian. And I can't go in detail because I haven't got to that part of that chapter yet. But the premise why I brought up, because I remember in the same conversation to a lot of women that don't know, your location matters if you desire or wanting a black man. Now that's going to take a lot of you ladies. You're going to have to pack up your shit and move somewhere where there are black people that are more proximate to you. I just read the percentage. It's 1 to 1.2.7 is the population of black people, Afro, Caribbean, or wherever you want to label them, that live in in Europe. That is a small, and this is like roughly 8-9%, 9 million. Here we like, if I remember, 13%. We are more big than that. We like 40-something million strong here in America, or maybe 50 million strong now. The premise and importance I'm saying is that your location matters if you want a black man. Just like if a black man wants a black woman and he wants an authentic black woman, there's only two things he's going to do. Either he's going to travel to find this woman, or he's going to stay and deal with the poor women, which most black people, I'm sorry to say this, and this is honest truth, most of us, we don't like to travel around to find what we want. If we're talking about a desire build or a mate. Besides the ramifications of the mental illness that was inflicted on black people in regards what is the standard of godlike, the standard of beauty, it only shows that if you desire a black man and where you live at in your back neck of the woods, and they tell you deliberately that they only deal with non-black women, and you don't go in asking why they deal with non-black man, and that's a funny thing I find interesting with a lot of women. You don't really ask the question, why do you want a non-black? What is so special about them that's separate from me or different from me? Questions need to be asked, and most people when they're out here, let's say screwing around, because dating is screwing. Let's keep it real. When you're out here dating, you want to get a nut, you ladies. Most dudes that dating 9-10 times, they want to bust one in you. Stop the cap. You're not out here with intentions. You out here screwing and messing around. You're not courting. A lot of people talking about that courting. No, you don't know what court is. Shut the F up. When you ladies talking about you want to date, you want some men that go out there, give you a so-called experience, and then you go be out your business. God forbids if you don't even make the attempt to even be a throat goat and, jump on him like a bouncing pokeball. Anyhow, so like I said, location matters if you're a black woman. So what she said right there was bullshit. How said you left where you're born in Europe and you come to America and then you're able to get the black man you want. So what the hell you been doing for the last couple of years in Europe, and all you see, and you don't ask questions to the black man, the British black men, why they find interest in non-black women? It is your responsibility, because you're out here in the market, because you are competing in the marketplace, ladies. Yes, you are. Don't be fooled. What's good, O? Make sure my sound's good. If anybody have questions and my sound's bad, let me know in the chat room. I'm keeping an eye in the chat room. You don't ask questions, so you out here blind in the dating pool. You talk about your hair, right? I'm gonna say this, ladies, and this is gonna sound screwed up. If you're wearing a wig, that means you're not even wearing your natural hair. You're wearing something that, let's be honest, your own hair was either 1-2 picks, either not natural length as is, not in dreads, not a certain length, and you're wearing wigs to cover up the perception that you actually have hair. And God forbid if you're not getting the sew-ins and all that stuff. And really, I don't really want to talk about hair, but we gotta be honest. A man that doesn't like you, he doesn't really like you, and it goes beyond the hair. You're not even carrying yourself as a natural being. Here in America, listen, black man's gonna take you with wig, sew-ins, and all that stuff. And it depends on the quality of the man you're dealing with, the black man. He'll just take you if you're big and fat. Am I lying? Hello? Hello? All right. So I'm not gonna keep babbling. I'm gonna keep on with this because it's a lengthy tape and I want to go through as much as possible. All right, let's go. Fairies.
Now, as you can see, she hit all the buzzwords and the talking points, right? But basically, it's the same script we've heard time and time again from these women. The Europeans are amazing. The Europeans are unstoppable. The Europeans are infallible, and the black man is just inadequate. You know, we've heard the script time and time again, man. Come on, man. Come with some new propaganda. You know what I mean? Y'all be doing better PR for the white man than the white woman, like I said before. But anyways, now my issue with these women is this. A common thing you hear is the reason why I'm intermingling and interlocking and intermixing and fornicating with the Europeans is because the black man don't want me, right? They make it seem like I really want to be with the black man, right? I really love the black man, but the black man doesn't love me. The black man doesn't want me. Therefore, I have to hitch my wagon to the Europeans reluctantly, right? That's the propaganda they try to pass off as facts. Now, I always push back against that, right? I push back against that. Now, we did some slight research into this lady right here, London Hughes, and we've seen some old articles from a few years ago that popped up. Take a look up on the screen. This article, the headline says this: comedian London Hughes says, nerdy whites are my kryptonite. And then in an interview, they had asked her a question: is there a particular type of guy that you go for? She said this: I used to have a type, but I'm trying to change that. So my type used to be the skinny, awkward looking whites, but now I'm opening it up to a more broader genre. I always say they have to be as awesome or even more awesome than me. So this lady was never looking for a black man in the first place. Her type, her preference was never the black man in the first place, right? Now, take a look up on the screen. This is a tweet from back in 2019, right? She said this: I hate that black people think that black women should not date outside their race. Right. So this lady right here making it seem like, oh, the reason why I'm not with a black man is because the black man don't want me. Baby girl, you are an interracial champion. You are a Caucasian crusader. You are an alabaster apostle. You are a mayonnaise monarch.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up! God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
I swear, the paper trail never ends. It doesn't cease to amaze me. They'll find that the excuse, and it's not even a good excuse now that I just told you earlier and what the brother just laid out flawlessly with a little dig and research, that you don't seek no black man. That's something that you don't really talk about. You date the geeky and nerdy. And let me tell you something about the geeky and nerdy ones. And this is going to sound screwed up to a lot of ladies. I want to hear this and not know this already. If you see a black woman dealing with any social awkward non-black man as a geeky nerd, this dude, the nerd, is going to probably have the great advantage getting some black tail before you black man that is the same geeky nerd as well. Much faster. And the funny thing for Europeans, Caucasians, and the European Americans, which are two different European beasts in itself, between the two of them, is that they have no problem if they choose to, that they can get access to punani. Hell, all they had to do is show up with their dusty selves, and the black woman just pulls down the underwear. It's just like magic. It's like the candy. It is magic. Oh, there is a difference, Miss Vibe. Because the perception is all non-black men are superior. They're all godlike. They are a far approach. And let's be honest, the white skin removes all imperfections and sins. You know this already, Lena. You should know this. I pull up the tapes. The men that talk about this. That is the difference. Let's continue. Fairies.
Wonder bread worshiper. That's who you are, right? And you have to embrace who you are and stop trying to pass yourself off to be somebody you're not. We're not going to get anywhere in this conversation if you're not going to be honest. Now, they did some further research. They dug up an old tweet of hers from back in 2020 during the George Floyd uprising. Now, as you can see at the bottom, she deleted this tweet today. She deleted this post when they dug it up because I guess she didn't want to stand by what she said. She said this during the George Floyd uprising back in 2020. So many white male comedians are silent on this issue, even the ones that I have slept with. Black lives really mattered to you then, but how about now?
What? Even the ones that you slept with. God damn it, you can't make this. You can't make this up, man. Forget it.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up! God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
That's right. That is right. That is right. Even the ones that she slept with. You heard it well, Lena. That's what she wrote. Oh my goodness. Let's keep going. Please.
Keep in mind, this lady, apparently she is a comedian, right? So she's talking about, I guess, during the George Floyd uprising, I guess the white men comedians, they weren't talking about George Floyd. They weren't talking about Black Lives Matter. So, she was like, all the white male comedians, all the white men I slept with, how come you're not talking about, Black Lives Matter? That's crazy. So they actually dug this up today when her video started to go viral, and she ended up deleting it for whatever reason, right? Anyways, they also dug up some old tweets where she said this. Take a look up on the screen.
Yo, this amazed me when people do things years ago. Now you up here hiding evidence. No, stand on it. Be a real woman. Be that real bitch. Be that real chick. Stand on what you said. You need to do that. How you complain about Zaddy, complain about his oppression towards you and the black man that you reach back to, and go around be on his I gotta stop. Let me see. Oh, really? Listen, that's nothing new. That's nothing. Listen, bro. I went back when I did some content on this months ago. There was a black man that worked in the field, right? And he said that when they're in the restaurants, when you see black women with their non-black counterparts or they're dating, right? She is paying the bill. Ain't that something? That's crazy. That's nasty right there. And now let's keep going. Yeah, it is. Miss Lena, they're on the carousel. All right, let's continue.
Let's change the narrative that black women have to date white men for success or fame or money. Both of my white exes were broke when I met them. I am my own success. So basically, after that entire speech she gave about how the white man was so amazing and the white man appreciated everything about me and the white man took me in when the black man rejected me, those white men didn't have shit. Was down on their luck, sleeping on the fucking couch. And that's what makes it even more insulting when these women want to, rebrand themselves and try to come back to the black man. You done spent all this time running around with the white trash, intermingling and fornicating with the white trash. And in fact, if you've been watching my channel for the past 2 weeks, I've been talking about, the hillbillies of America. So these women be running around with, these hillbillies, and a hillbilly doesn't mean somebody who's just, living in some rural area or living in on some farmland. When I say hillbilly, I pretty much just throw everybody in that category. Like if you're not part of the elites, if you're not part of the top 1%, to me, you just a hillbilly. So these women like this lady right here be running around with these hillbillies that don't got a pot to piss in, then they want to come back to the black man. This is ridiculous. Now, in that,
but you see, this is not something that we should be shocked. We're witnessing firsthand with the help of social media and the help of TikTok. They be writing on that. They listen. TikTok is a blessing and a curse to a lot of Western women, modern women, especially black women. They put all their business on social media, especially TikTok. They be telling stories of their sexapades. They be telling stories of their scamming. Hell, they tell stories of their interracial mingling, and how they complain about how sometimes they pay the bill, which they do it with a smile on their face. And all the non-black men, regardless where he is socioeconomic, which is really, they're not getting really top tier men. Now that we find out that, the only thing Zaddy offer them is, phalluses. They offer them what we call the deep. And they are good with that. They're comfortable with that. That's very low. Very low. Shameful. Shameful. All right. Oh, I hope you guys liking the stream so far. Please support the channel. Hit the super chat or wherever the cash app. Something's flowing on the screen to support the channel. And make sure you give this video a like. And share this too. Please share this. All right. Let's go. Fair use.
Video, she said, oh, the black men of the UK, they got internalized racism. The black men of the UK, they this, that, and the third. But meanwhile, like she said that hillbillies are her kryptonite. So who really got the internalized racism? She said hillbillies are her preference. So who really got the internalized racism for real? And I raised an argument that the reason why the black men of the UK maybe was bypassing you is because sometimes black men can detect that energy off you. Like this girl love hillbillies. I'm not gonna deal with this. Like, but you translated it and said, oh, the black men of the UK, they don't appreciate a good woman. They don't appreciate me. The black men of the UK got internalized racism and they want to be with the white woman. Or maybe those black men can detect from your energy that you really want to be with the Europeans. You really don't want to be with a black man for real. So they didn't even waste their time. I think that's something that we don't really acknowledge when we have this conversation. Maybe those men could sense your energy from a mile away. They could sense when somebody has a so-called preference. They can feel that. They don't got to ask. They could just look at you. They could just talk to you. And in one conversation, they could say, oh, I already know what this is. Because let's keep it real. You didn't hide this. You publicly said it in articles that the white race is your kryptonite, right? You were putting it in interviews. You were making it known to the entire world. So why would a black man waste his time? You out here screaming to the mountaintops that you got love and admiration for the whites. So what self-respecting black man is going to step into that situation knowing what he knows, knowing the facts of the matter? We gotta talk about this for real, man. And I would love to have a conversation with her, because if I could, I would ask her.
No, I would not waste my time conversating a lot of these weirdo, so-called fake or even failed white women by Mr. Igmore himself. And I con that in detail that these are black women that are failed white women. I will have to believe, no doubt, they are failed white women. And because they're failure, their inadequacy, they do take their frustrations on the black men. Because think about this, black man. Think good about this. What benefit you get for a woman that's been on the carousel with other groups of men for years on years on years, and once they're ready, God forbid if they had kids by other groups of men, which they have in America, especially by the extra million. What benefit they have to you now after they had their fun to come back to you, and hoping that you will take care of them and then put high expectations on your ass. And I'm going to say this personally, really personally. All this expectation of what the inadequacy of black men today, I will have to throw in the garbage. Because if the black man was so inadequate that you raise and nurture and don't give a F about, because these black men were once black boys that come out your pussy, right? Right? How is it now you are fighting, chasing, like literally doing that, what do you call that? It's like a special dance. The Running Man, right? To non-black men to get what we see pump and the dump. And then eventually after you have got, your rocks off after these dudes and they use you, you go find any black man that's doing something of substance that has lack of self-esteem or lack of self-worth. Because there are some black men that have lack self-esteem and loathing self-worth. They're gonna be happy to come across you that has been super experienced to sit there. All she had to do is be a throat goat to you, and then all of a sudden you got him entangled. So that now you get everything you want, including he might go as far as marry you. Because these are the black men that will take on any woman or any black woman now that's like this behavior. So in regards to, you know, some of these black men could sense it. No, I would go in for some of these dudes when they deal with certain black women, and they are black in Europe especially, there's not much besides, unless you're in a certain neighborhood where there's more of you, you're not gonna be so ecstatic to go date one of your own when you know you have the possibility to really mess around with other groups of people. And to find the behavior that the rise of you interacting, mingling, having intercourse with them, and then you come to the group, the community you're in, to really make a family or start something, or it don't work like that. It doesn't. It doesn't. Most of the black men, they see that black woman that has messed around, regardless if black men in UK say it's a preference, they got to still pick out of this pool if they're dealing with their own woman and say, you're swirling, I'm swirling. What is really we have offer each other? Matter of what you would offer to me if I'm going to deal with you in a relationship, because at the end of the day, you're going to have a higher expectations while your standards are very low with other groups of men. It don't work like that. So, yeah. This brother also teaches how. All right, so let's go. Various.
Would you date a black man who was out here writing articles on the internet about how white women are his kryptonite? Would you? No, you wouldn't. So don't act like the black men of the UK did not appreciate you. You know, I got to take up from our brothers from across the pond. Don't act like they didn't appreciate you. The fact of the matter is, those men most likely seen the writing on the wall. Those brothers most likely saw the writing on the wall when it came to you. Now, take a look up on the screen. This lady responded to the video and she said this. She is wrong. Sorry. Most of us are not dating white men. So this lady right here says the majority of black women in the United Kingdom are not dating white men. So I can only assume that there are black women who are able to find black men that can appreciate them and adore them and treat them decently, right? So it's obviously not something that is super rare or unable to achieve. But obviously, if you're going around writing articles and doing interviews, you know, worshiping and kissing the ass of the white race, a self-respecting black man with dignity and honor and respect is not going to waste 2 seconds dealing with you. That's a fact of the matter, right? You just eliminated a large section of options you could have had just by being a goofy and kissing white ass. Now, anyway, let's continue. Let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. This person said, they always leave out the important parts when they're telling us their fairy tales. Exactly. This person said, a generational swirler living in Los Angeles talking on black dating dynamics in the UK. You cannot make this shit up. You see, I got to defend my brothers in the UK, man. You know, I got to defend my brothers, man. They lying on you. They spreading propaganda on you, right? They talking about the white man is amazing. Meanwhile, they run around with hillbillies who don't got no fucking money. Let's continue. This lady said,
But it's beyond that. It's who they really qualify, and really they don't qualify for those type of men. And let's be honest. Let's say women, like say more Western or European black women generally, or black women here in general, do get these type of men. These men are not going to be looking at saying they're going to start really say, I'm going to see this start a family with this non-white woman on the average. They got to take them back to their mother, their fathers, their families, and sometimes their co-workers, because they're going to look at you and look at her and say, and they're going to ask, what quality does this really bring? Besides she up here, you know, acting to be an honorary non-black woman, i.e. a white woman. These are questions they always ask around the circles. Let's continue. Fairies.
the black men in my circles, the same circles where you were dating white hippies. Get into black spaces with black people who actually want to love black people, and maybe you'll find a black man who wants you. Exactly. Was she even looking for a black man? I think that's really the topic of conversation. Were you even looking for a black man?
No, she wasn't. She's on. Listen, my good friend, my good Haitian friend. She, like most Western women, if we're talking about black women, they're not really looking for anything. The only thing they desire and what they really want is to be on and indulge and to consume and to be on what we call the carousel. They want to be on the carousel. And they're going to ride this till the wheels fall off. Real talk. Yeah, I hear you. All right, let's keep going.
The white race is your kryptonite, right? If the whites are your kryptonite, were you even looking for a black man, to be honest? But obviously, they cannot come out and say that because, that, like I said, they're going to sound goofy as hell. Imagine they come out and say that, the whites, I love the whites. Like a black person saying that, everybody going to look at you like, bro, you're a fucking clown. So they don't want to say that out in the open. So they try to slander the black man instead, right? Let me slander the black man instead of being honest with myself, right? It's much easier to slander the black man instead of being honest with myself and looking.
And black men, you go out the fence when you come across these type of weirdo women that indulge in slander. Because let me tell you something. Slander today is, how can I say, is a aphrodisiac to a lot of Western women, particularly black women in general. The more they slander, the more their self-esteem, they more feel comfortable with themselves with an inadequacy to really function in a Western world that doesn't desire them as top. And when I mean top of beauty standard, because everybody's trying to get the crown of the beauty standard. We all know here in the West, the beauty standard, in regards to Eurocentric culture, it is white image, white dominant, white demure, and white in all avenues, from body type, roughly a dress size 2 and maybe a 4, to maybe longer actual hair. And one thing that I get caught up in hearing constantly about non-black women wearing fake hair. Let me tell y'all something. Fake hair, as it stands, is $1 billion industry, and it's not a billion industry to all groups of women. It's only $1 billion industry to a race of women that don't got straight, natural, long hair. Not even curls. We're talking about straight hair, mind you. Because if you look at the aesthetic of women today, including black women generally, is they know the rules of engagement. Straight hair, straight hair, straight hair. No dreads, no box braids. The aesthetic of the rules of image is straight, long hair. That's the aesthetic. I gotta write that down. I should put that down. Yeah, I might. Anyhow, let's keep going. Fairies.
In the mirror. Let's continue. This person said, if internalized racism prevents black men from dating you, then surely the European man is not the answer. Logically speaking, right? Logically, but to be honest, like I said, we've uncovered the truth already. The internalized racism, them buzzwords, the black man didn't appreciate me or the white man took off my bonnet, that's all bullshit. She really just wants to say, listen, I just love white folks, man. I love white folks. This lady damn near 40 years old talking about I just started dating black men for the first time in my life. Damn near 40, bro. I don't know how old she is. She's like in her mid 30s, almost 40. Talking about I just started dating black men for the first time in life. Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Man, oh my God, man. You can't make this. Wait, hold on. I got
something. God damn it. You can't make this shit up. God damn it. You can't make this shit up.
I don't believe what I'm just hearing. If you're over the age of 30, going on 35 and pushing 40, and you just now decide to go start dating black men. What? Bro, the reach back is real. It's strong out here, I tell you. Before I continue, and I really... All right, before I continue, I gotta do this.
But they be knocking, y'all. The sonic rings up out of it, and you.
Thank you, Positive Vibes, for your $2 super chat. And she writes, weave my hair alone. Chaos. Laughing emojis. Well, Leah, I don't think you... Do you wear weave, Leah? I don't think you do, man. I could be wrong. Do you wear the nice weave, the ones that they sew on to the scalp, and God forbid they don't sew it too tight where it pulls back the scalp, a lot of sisters, and then eventually they start develop baldness. Because one thing with that, you must take time when someone sews the thing on your head. They should not be sewing fake hair on your head too tight. I hear complaints a lot of women say when they go up there and they get it done, like sometimes they do it too tight, it let their scalp about to pull out. That's why I always see when women start knocking their head and they go like this, right? I say, you know, by doing that, you're gonna get a migraine, right? Okay, you're not supposed to hit your head because your brain has amniotic fluid, and every time you knock it, just to relieve tension of the tightness of the braids, your brain is bouncing back and forth. Your ladies are aware of it. Y'all do know that, right? Do you know that, right? All right. If you didn't know, I told you now. And I'm gonna respect because she wrote something else. Yeah, straight and braids. Okay, good. Yeah, man. Hey, Leah. Listen, this is one from a man that's speaking. You know who he is, and he is one of the Haitian background, definitely just like you. Wait, what we gotta say? Sabwase? Sabwase. All right, let's keep going. Very serious. But thank you for your super chat, Leah. I appreciate it. Love you, sweetie.
And I always get women coming to the comment section and trying to push back against me, talking about, talk about the black man, talk about the black man. Would you date a black man who waited till he was damn near 40 to deal with black women? Doesn't that sound ridiculous?
Yeah, that's a very much serious question. Will you wait till a man that been dating non-black women most of his life and then eventually he goes back to you? And we all know most black women, I'm be honest with you, you hear them complaints, you hear their disdain for hate for Becky, Maria, Anna, Ling Ling, especially Becky. They hate it. They will have a fit and say some things. Hell, they complain now of the dudes that got the resource that's black, that's dating out. So imagine he comes out and says first time, and I hear, let me say something. And that's why people got to be very cautious. There are some women that are pro-blacks that have the disdain for hate for a lot of black men that do date out and probably marry out for a reason. Okay. Make sure that same energy applies to the black women that do it, because what I've noticed is it's not only not the same, but they congratulate, they praise it. They think it's a win and don't know the background. Most of these black women are working, and these non-black men that they are dating, and let's go as far as getting married, reap the greater benefits. So you're still doing the same thing. You start off where you began. I thought it's supposed to be a come up. I thought it was supposed to be what they consider level up. I tell you. All right, let's keep going. Various.
And on top of that, try to blame the black woman for the reason why, the reason why I waited till I was 40 to deal with black women was because the black woman didn't appreciate a good black man. I had no choice but to deal with the white woman. And keep in mind, that same black man was writing articles on the World Wide Web about how white women was his kryptonite. My goodness. Y'all know y'all wouldn't deal with no black man like that. So why the fuck we got to deal with a black woman like that? It's a reason why black men avoid this lady like she carrying some type of contagious diseases. Let's continue.
No, I'll tell you why black women will be thrilled, and they get very much in the feelings when they hear black men vocals say, black men that's out there on social media being vocal said, and I could deal with certain black women, and this is why. Because it gives them the opportunity to go out over the fence as long as they can, as old as they can, and eventually once the phone stop picking up, the phone stop ringing, the money starts to dry up. Case in point, Melissa Ford, because I was surprised that you just now become an actual responsible adult with credit card and all this stuff at age 42. So it seems like a lot of men have been giving you money for your time, and then and you also exchanging, which I'm hoping you're exchanging, which you are. I remember this video by Cameron saying how you one dude that paid you a whole lot of money to blow your back out. That men have been paying for you for since your 20s up to your early part of your 40s. Don't be like this woman, ladies. Don't be like the Melissa Ford or any woman that's out here be on the carousel. Don't be those type of women. All right, let's continue.
This person said, using UK black men as an excuse for having jungle fever is nasty work. Now, listen, I got to defend my UK brothers, man. Take a look up on the screen. This lady don't got no, she not interested in black men. I know she's talking about, finally, at the age of, 75 years old, she just now dealing with the black man for the first time in history. But trust me, she don't rock with y'all, bro. She don't rock with y'all, man. She don't rock with y'all. She's way too comfy around these people. She's way too comfortable around it. This is where she's home. This is where she's comfortable at. She's not comfortable around the black man. I'm sorry, brothers. I'm sorry. She more comfortable with Billy Bob and all that shit. Let's continue. Now, if you checked out her recent comedy special, because keep in mind she's a comedian. In her recent comedy special, she talks about her personal life, right? She talks about how she was with a white man who had a foot fetish, this one white man. She talks about how this other white man wanted her to do some role play, 50 Shades of Grey. This other white man was a heroin addict.
And the people don't know about 50 Shades of Grey, which I hear a lot of women like to read. And let me tell you something, gentlemen. Be always cautious when you see women reading all these fantasy and these so-called, what do you call it, erotic books, the Zanes, the 50 Shades of Grey, all that type of bondage and all that stuff. That's some weirdo stuff that I expect from non-black people to be consuming and reading, and they are indulgent. But to find black women doing that, that's scary. Just saying. Fairies.
So this the quality of Europeans that she was dealing with, and then she want to come back to the black man after talk about I'm so excited to be dealing with the black man after spending years of her life with these hillbillies and these heroin addicts. Now let's continue. The next case study we're gonna get into is this lady right here, right, from the YouTube channel Jamie and Nikki. Now I don't know if this YouTube channel is still up now. I think they might have taken it down, but this.
Now this is from look at, she don't look too big. A nice looking sister. Let's keep going.
This lady right here had a major YouTube channel. One of the biggest, most famous interracial couple YouTube channels, spreading the propaganda, right? One of the chief propagandists of interracial nonsense, this lady right here with her ex-husband. Now, she has since broke up with this man, right? She since broke up with him, and she ran back to the black man, right? Run the footage. I'll be right back.
Please leave the house, Nikki. Please leave the house.
Look at you.
Please leave the house. Please leave the house. This is violence. You've got the kids in your hands. Leave the house right now.
This is exactly what he wanted.
Leave the house right now.
This is exactly what
Leave the house.
And look, he's getting video
Leave the
evidence.
house.
He's been planning this.
Leave the
He
house.
has been planning
Leave the
this
house.
from day one.
All right, we back.
For once, I'll put this on the screen. That's a possibility. That's a highly possibility. And like I said, Mr. Charlie did not like that. I said, wait. This nigga, you bring this out my house? Get out my house. Get out. And you see, she was very violent. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Let me make myself bigger. Black women. Let me turn this up. Black women, listen. What you're doing is very dangerous. Very dangerous. And the reason I'm saying is for your safety and protection, which you don't really care much, but I'm going to say it because I'm going to speak honestly. For you to sit there and then go behind your zaddy's back with his so-called mixed child and your child in hand, to go around and get your cheeks clapped by the brother on the low. You have not been paying attention to the atmosphere here in the West. I'm not sure how they do it up there in UK, but the video you see, that she's an American woman right there. That's America. That's America. What you're seeing right now. This man could do some things to you, and not only that, he might go to jail. He was very cordial in that video to expose you, so he has some more evidence. So he has justification to, with his walking papers, right? But what you're doing right now, married to him and mess around sleeping with black man brothers on the side. Very reckless, very dangerous. Very dangerous. So let that sink in. If you're doing that, be cautious. And not only be cautious, you actually set yourself up for some serious world hurt. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Now, take a look up on the screen. She recently uploaded a video the other day entitled, I'm Having a Baby. And take a look up on the screen. As you can see, the lucky black man right here. Now, keep in mind, this lady had a YouTube channel where, like I said, massive audience, where she was one of those people who the white worshiping women would point to her channel like, oh my God, look how amazing her and her husband are. They're so amazing. You know, one of the chief propagandists for interracial nonsense, like I said. Now, they didn't work out. I guess the channel is no longer here. They deleted the channel. I think she got a personal YouTube channel, but the joint channel she had with her husband, I think they deleted that joint. And now she's with a black man now. You know what I mean? After all that, after years of spreading propaganda, she has now come back to the black man. She has now run back to the black man.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up! God damn it! You can't make this shit up! God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Lordy Lord. Look at this right here. Yeah, guys better support the channel. Please hit the super chat cash app. I don't know what I'm gonna make of this video, this stream. Personally. I don't know what to make of it. You just see it right there. And you know, the title is fitting. This reach back. There is a tool for success for this for a lot of black women in America, particularly. You could reach back in America. So me titling this the most powerful tool for ever used for success. I am not lying now that I'm looking and going through this video for the first time. Personally. You see it right there in plain sight. She was getting clapped by cheeks by Zaddy for years. Then she get tired. She go creep around, go sleep with the black man as you see that. And then now she's knocked up and probably is going to be in a relationship with a black man while carrying a mulatto bastard child from the white man. So the black man that she picked, because he has no self-esteem, no cojones, he has no self-worth, he go take a black woman that's in an interracial relationship with a white man. Wait, I gotta play. See, this is why Kevin, the Godfather, never is still undefeated.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up! God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
You can't make it up. Yeah, she better call Tyrone. And that's what she did. She said, all right, let me call Tyrone and get my cheeks clapped. You better call Tyrone. Call him. If you guys like this, hit the subscribe to the Chaos Rain channel. Make sure you support the channel and leave a comment. Listen, this is gonna be, if there's no comments, I'm sorry. I'm going to start disabling the comment section because I don't think my channel, the videos that I do, regardless like or unfavor, don't get the actual attention needed. Screw that. We gotta look at all this and really examine it as a whole. Real talk. Oh, and be mindful. If you use all caps, it will the bot will remove your comment. Limit the all caps, please. and support channel. All right, let's go. Various. Oh, in fact, I got some better. Please support channel.
My money. I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
Let's continue.
With biracial children in tow. That's the worst part about it. With the mixed race children in tow. Now, all respect to that brother. He's a better man than me. I couldn't see myself raising a white man's children. I couldn't see myself raising a white man's kid, bro.
Neither would I. Matter of fact, I would look at you and have inclination you have a kid. You know, most likely, and depending if you're a light skin, brown complexion, and your kid comes out a little lighter than you or same complexion, I might have to assume you probably was straddling the fence. Just saying. Fair use.
Bro, like I said, it's not the year 1775 anymore. We left that shit behind on the slave plantation. You see, our great-great-grandfathers had to go through that, you know, sitting back, watching their wife get impregnated with a mulatto baby, and then having to accept the mulatto baby as your own. Nah, we ain't doing that no more. We ain't doing that shit no more, man. Let's continue. Now, the next case study is this lady right here. I'm gonna run the footage. I'll be right back.
Dating white men is not gonna solve your problem. And this is coming from someone who exclusively dated white boys. It's the same shit, different flavor. You hate black men because the first black man in your life let you down. I get it. I'm the president of Club Daddy Issues. But baby, changing the race that you date ain't gonna change your self-hatred. I mean, let's keep it a buck. If you hate black men as a black woman, you really hate yourself. I've been screwed over by white boys, I've been screwed over by black boys. An asshole is an asshole regardless of what color it is. You looking for a great white man like there aren't great black men in abundance out here. And if you don't believe that, then you just aren't the woman that you need to be to attract them. Just keeping it real. Maybe you should try working through your trauma, because trust me, ain't nothing better than being married to a good ass black man. So don't blame black men, blame your trauma.
Before I gotta say something personally. There are good and bad people in the world. I think what we don't understand as black folks, I think we use the word good too loosely. We should look at a man and woman of what trade-offs we can gain from each other. Because there has a trade-offs, because there's no such thing as considered good. Because everybody in the world has polarities. There is what we call good and evil. You can't have one without the other. It's how you deal with the two opposites. Can you work through these? And is it too much of a problem that you got to come to a compromise? If you're going to talk about this dating, mating, and potentially becoming husband wives in the future, when we're talking about black folks. And like I said earlier in the stream, if you're a woman that's living in another country and you're a small percentage, including him, location matters to find a certain black man of your liking. That's how it's going to play. That's how it's going to work. All right, let's keep going.
All right, we back. Now, wow. Now, as you can see, this her and her husband right here, right? You know what I mean? As you can see. And, yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. This person said, that failed swirl of the pro-black love pipeline must be studied. Hey, man, on my channel, we already examined it. We studied it. Go to my playlist section. We already studied this in-depth analysis many times over. Anyway, this person said, anything wrong with being married outside your race? Is this a bad thing? Now, the lady from the video, right, who said she used to exclusively date white men, keep in mind, she said, I exclusively dated the white race. I only had eyes and admiration and affection for the whites, only. She said this, she responded, she said, no, there is not. But I personally do not support interracial marriages in the black community. Oh my God. Yo, how the hell you go from kissing white ass to talking about I am against miscegenation? Now this is the black man right here who married her, right? He got an Egyptian ankh necklace. So I'm not gonna roast my brother too hard. I'm not gonna go in on my brother.
No, but you have to, because if your wife is posting things on social, and let me tell you something about social media. Social media is a blessing and a curse to a lot of us. I never devoted a stream or content about how to operate on a social media platform properly or how to use social media to your benefit yet. If I did, I had double check my archives, but I might have to look into this. There is a certain thing of what we call a digital profile, or i.e. digital footprint, right? And your footprint does matter. If you're out here, if you're a black woman and a black man, but let's say black woman, and you have a certain opinion about one thing, but you're an opposite, you're in a relationship with the other, is the biggest contradiction I ever seen. Do y'all agree with me or not? For those that's in the chat room, if you do, let me know by give me either hit a 1 or whatever. But for you to post that garbage and you actually married to a whole black man, it's really telling. It seems to me that you didn't get the non-black man you wanted, and you just settled for this black man. And like I said, everybody settles at the end of the day. All right, let's finish this portion of the video, and I probably might play one more different video. We'll see. All right, let's go.
But I just find it funny. So I'm assuming he's one of them Hotep conscious, ancient Egyptian mother goddess, you the queen, Nefertiti, Amon-Arenas fighting against the Roman Empire type of black man. I mean, you got the Egyptian uncle, and I can only assume, right? Listen, man, we got to add him to the series, man. We got to add him to the books. Another black man married a reformed divestor, a failed swirler. Man, we got to add my brother to the books, man. We got to add my brother to the archives. Sorry to do it. I had to do it to you, bro. Got to add you to the archives, man. Yeah. And keep in mind the caption. If you look at the caption, it says, "Black love is abundant over here." Jesus Christ. It went from exclusively European, right? Exclusively European to now it's pro-black love, right? It went from purely Eurocentric to now it's Afrocentric. It went from entirely we swirling 24/7 to now it's about black unity. We were strictly white-centered. Now it's black love advocacy. Man, life is a comedy skit. Anyways, man, it's another.
Yeah. That's like I said, it is a comedy. Black men looking bad out here. We look like a joke out here when we take and knowing that these women have this certain mindset to take in as mates. All right. I hope you guys like this stream so far. Let me know by supporting the channel wherever, or giving like. Let me see how we're doing likes anyway. I'm gonna do one more video. Hold on, let me check. Let me just do a check. I always gotta check what's going on before I play the next video. And before I do that, let me run this. Support the channel.
I want my money. I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty, bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
Everyone!
All right. Looks like we're doing fair in the likes. As you come in, guys, just hit the like button. Make this go wild, rampant in the algorithm. I really appreciate it. Now, in this other video by Desline, it looks like a lot of people had an issue when he goes at these swirling divestor chicks. And they be leaving some very weird comments. Now, as you know, I have don't make the time to look for these type of divestors. Depending of if it need to be discussed, you know where to find it. I can put it in Discord of videos of women that are divesting, rather good or bad or successful or unsuccessful. I will look at it through Discord, and I'll put the link out to the Discord for those to follow me on Discord, because that'll go much more further. That'll help me more better. Let me see. 1 second. And I'm hoping the link works because sometimes I don't. All right. If it doesn't work, let me know, guys. So this is my Discord. Join my Discord. If you find any videos of this nature, share my Discord. All right. So here we go. This is the last video, and then we're going to call it. Let's go. Fair use and fair use.
Response, I'm going to give basically, my perspective on the situation. So I got an email sometime in the past week. Take a look up on the screen. It said this. Neferkari Dessalines is the preeminent channel in the Pan-African space on YouTube. The material you provide is not just based on opinions, but on historical facts that are of doctoral research quality. The time I imagine it must take for you to gather the research, dissect it, and prepare to disseminate to your subscribers speaks to the commitment you have to our people to ensure that we are not only well informed, but that we stand tall and fearless in our blackness and our Africanness. As your elder, I am impressed and humbled by your knowledge and wisdom. The ancestors are proud, and I am proud of you. As I mentioned, I am your elder. I am an older black woman, married with a family, and we are raising 2 black kings. I just find your...
But my question is your king black? Oh, because last time I checked in America, let's be fair, honest, we go by 1-drop rule. A black man could be in a relationship with a non-black woman and have mixed kids, but he won't refer his kids as mixed overall, regardless they want to label something not. They will be referred to as black here in America. Same applies to black women. You could be having relationships and kids with non-black men, and you could consider your kids black. Let's keep it real, being consistent. Let's listen.
Channel on YouTube, and I've been binge watching it. I am a Pan-African as well, so I'm more drawn to the historical videos than the ones focused on the continent, specifically the Sahel. By the way, your videos on these topics are exceptional. I have noticed that you have quite a few videos with the themes around the divestors. However, 98% of these videos are focused on black women dating outside the race and not the black man. Other than being a black man, why else do you choose to only highlight one side of the divestor issue? Black men are more likely than black women to date and marry outside the race. I'm sure we can both agree on this. And I believe we also agree that the men who choose to date and specifically marry outside the race are of higher socioeconomic status than their wife in most cases. Typically, when a black woman marries a white man, he is of the same socioeconomic caliber as her or higher. To name a few, Serena Williams, Eve, Meghan Markle. I'm not including these so-called social media celebrities and influencers. One of your videos highlighted Tina Turner's husband inheriting her fortune after her death. Kobe's non-black wife inherited his fortune, which is massive. Jonathan May...
I gotta rewind that back. Did she say that when black women date out? Or let me rewind it. I gotta rewind it because that slipped through me. Let me rewind that back. Hold on. All right, let's go. Let's hear that again. Let's hear that again, please.
And influencers. One of your videos highlighted Tina Turner's husband inheriting her fortune after her death. Kobe's non-black wife inherited. Why else do you choose to only highlight one side of the divestor issue? Black men are more likely than black women to date and marry outside the race. I'm sure we can both agree on this. And I believe we also agree that the men who choose to date and specifically marry outside the race are of higher socioeconomic status than their wife in most cases. Typically, when a black woman marries a white man, he is of the same socioeconomic caliber as her or higher. To name a few, Serena Williams, Eve, Meghan Markle. I'm not...
Wrong. I just heard it. You heard it, gentlemen? Serena Williams' man does not make more than her. That is a lie. We already could look at the net worth of Serena Williams, close to almost 200 million to her man, and they said her man was a part. No, he was a part. He was part, but he is not a close to more money than her because he walked away from that. Did y'all know that? And I'm not gonna. Matter of fact, I will do that. Matter of fact, I can't do it now because what I've noticed when you're married to somebody that got more of a strong net worth, her money is his money now. And if I deal with, I'm gonna do Google first. Serena Williams. Okay, there we go. Found it. Let's check. Now, what we've discovered, because he's married to Serena, because Serena was net worth, because her husband right now, his net worth is 150. What's Serena Williams' net worth? Let's take a look. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh my goodness. This bitch is stupid. All right. Serena Williams' net worth now is roughly 300 million. 150 to 300 million. It is not the same. You can't make this up. Oh, what's Kevin?
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Again.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. This is why I don't listen to dumb fucking women. Black women generally when they open their goddamn mouth. Put down the mic. Sweet. Matter of fact, just erase that, what you just put that bullshit in that brother's comment section. Just erase it. Just erase it. Just put it down. Matter of fact, I would advise put down the cell phone. Just put it down. Alexa Honey network is reflected to his wife. His wife got a much more bigger bag than him. When he left Reddit, he was not nowhere close to 100 million. But married to Serena for the last couple years, made him 100 million. Her network is double, triple that than her husband. They're not in the same playing field. Same with Eve. Eve married a multimillionaire, not a billionaire. They said this man was billionaire. Eve already admit on the Breakfast Club her husband is not a billionaire. But why do black fucking still say this man's a billionaire? I don't know. And you know what he said? Let me tell you what he said. I wish I got the video. I don't got the video. Yeah. I'm not gonna pull that. She said the reason why most black women fake that because he's white. No shit, Sherlock. Oh, we don't want to go into that, brother. That wrote in the comment section. Because to most black women, as long as he's white, he's right. That white skin removes all imperfections and sins. Let's keep going. Praise.
Including these so-called social media celebrities and influencers. One of your videos highlighted Tina Turner's husband inheriting her fortune after her death. Kobe's non-black wife inherited his fortune, which is massive. Jonathan Majors is the classic example of what you would call the divestor. He dated a white woman whom he said wanted her to behave more like a Michelle Obama or Coretta Scott King. A black man said this to a white woman instead of dating a Michelle or Coretta. This same white woman proceeded to say he assaulted her, pressed charges, and almost caused him to lose his freedom, but essentially caused him to lose his career or at least the upcoming roles that he had. He went through all of this with a black woman, Megan Good, standing by his side after she was picked last. I know you said you didn't really know him or the story. I implore you to do your research and then do a video on this topic. Black young men and some older men get caught up in these types of situations more times than I care to cite, and they need to know the pros and the cons of these types of interracial relationships. I would also ask respectfully that you provide more balanced and unbiased videos on the divestor topic, highlighting women and men because they both are equally important to our community. Black man for the black woman and the black woman for the black man. I hope you received this email in the spirit it was written, with respect and a true desire to hear your perspective addressing both sides of the topic. Now, she was very diplomatic, so I'm going to be respectful and diplomatic as well. I'm not gonna, verbally assault the elder. I got respect for my elder, so we're gonna come respectful in this topic. We're gonna come respectful in this discussion. Now, she began the email by saying Neferkari Dessalines, the preeminent channel in the Pan-African space on YouTube. Now, in the Pan-African space on YouTube, I would ask her, who else is talking about the divestor topic from my perspective, right? Who else is really attacking it from my perspective? In the Pan-African space, in the pro-black space, in the black community in general, the discussion only goes in one singular direction, towards the black man, right? Take Dr. Umar Johnson, for example, probably the most popular and well-known media personality in the so-called Pan-African space, right? And when he discusses black relationships, he only speaks in the direction of the black man, right? The snow bunny crisis, the black man chasing the snow bunnies, the black man chasing the white woman. But very rarely will he ever touch the other side of the game, right? Very rare, right? He might touch it for like 2 seconds, then he jumps right back to the black man. And that's pretty much been standard operating procedure in regards to black relationship discussions, right? It's only acceptable to talk about the snow bunny crisis. It's only acceptable to talk about the black man chasing the white woman. Anything else is off limits. Anything else is unacceptable. Now, basically in this email, which like I said before, was very respectful, very diplomatic, but what she's basically telling me to do is take from the Dr. Umar Johnson business model, right? Stop doing what you're doing and be more like Dr. Umar Johnson. Be more like the other names and personalities in the space. You know, don't worry about what the black woman is doing behind closed doors. Only talk about the black man. Don't worry about if the black woman is mixing and mingling with our enemies. It don't even matter. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, right? Only worry about the white woman, right? Don't worry about the white man, right? Let the white man do whatever he want to do. Don't speak on the white man. He's off limits, right? That's pretty much been, like I said, standard operating procedure in the Pan-African space, in the black community. When it comes to discussing black relationship dynamics, you are not allowed to speak on the white man. You can speak on the white woman night.
Oh, I'm not supposed to talk about Zaddy, but talk about Maria, talk about Maylene, talk about Sarah, talk about Anna, but leave Mr. Charlie alone. God damn, you ladies ain't shit at all, man. The black men that do that, let's be honest, they broke. I'm sorry. What else I gotta say to the ones that pander to one sex? In the long run, they're really broke. And Dr. Omar Johnson, he's good, but not that good at it. Now, are there some men that do it well that will speak up and, you know, defend black women in regards to their behaviors and let them think that they're the child of God and they're a princess and they can't do no wrong? Yes, there are channels for that. And there are some men that have done it very well. They do it perfectly, right? But in regards to some of the men that try to do it, they don't do it not good. And the ones that's doing it and they're, let's say, getting a come up, I always got to look at the quality of the content, personally, of what he's really offering you ladies. Because if he's offering us a place for you to live in your delusions, then you're going to die in delusion. And the guy writing in the chat room, yes, those are people, especially the one that you posted first. He's having trouble right now in regards to click that now went their separate ways. And we're not going to that. I might do a video on that situation that you posted here. All right, let's keep going. Fair sirs.
In day, right? If you speak on the white woman, they gonna clap. Oh man, preach, brother, preach. The white woman, preach. When you talk about the white man, though, everybody can start getting nervous, right? You start speaking about the white man, though, everybody start getting shook. Everybody start sweating bullets, right? Everybody's scared to talk about the white man. I don't understand why. Now, back to the elder. Like she said, she's new to my channel, right? Now, the reason why I attack the topic in the angle that I attack it is because nobody else is talking about it. Nobody else is talking about it, right? Everybody's scared to talk about it. I don't know why it's such a taboo topic. I don't know why it's so off limits, right? When it comes to the snow bunny crisis, when it comes to the black man and the white woman, we could talk about that night and day, right? That's the tried and true. But when it comes to the other side of the game, why is everybody scared to talk about it? Why does everybody want to keep it under wraps? You know, keep it behind closed doors. Don't talk about it. Don't ring the alarm about it. Why? I don't understand why, right? I don't understand why. Now, when it comes to the black man with the white woman, I feel like Dr. Umar Johnson, he already has that lane covered. I don't want to step into Dr. Umar Johnson's lane. I'm not going to step on his toes. I'm not going to step on his business model. That is Dr. Umar Johnson's bag, right? I'm not going to go and start talking like Dr. Umar Johnson. That's his style, right? On my channel, we talk about topics nobody wants to talk about. And that goes for everything across the board. We talk about topics nobody wants to touch. We dissect topics that everybody's scared to go in depth about. And that's what makes my channel unique, because I cover topics that are very unorthodox, that are very uncommon, right? And also, I want to ask this question to the elder, right? Like I mentioned, Dr. Umar Johnson. You already got guys like him who already 24/7, day and night, 7 days a week. They already talk about, you know, the black man with the white woman, the black man with the snow bunnies. They already got that covered, right? But I want to ask her, where is the female equivalent of Dr. Umar Johnson, right?
Yeah, where is the female equivalent? I'll give you the answer. Nowhere. 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 And what I'm going to do, for those that catch the replay of this, if you want a second part of this, because there has to be a second part, I can't go through this one. It's too long. If you want me to go and do the part 2 of this, let me know in the comment section below. Or you can tell me in the chat room or wherever, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I know I kind of enjoy doing this personally. I do enjoy it. And I think that there needs to be a follow through. But right now I can't go for the follow through. But and like I said, support the channel, you know, at the super chat or cash app. I think $ chaos 8 rain. In conclusion to this portion of this video, I was looking at some things right now, guys. In conclusion to this, if you're a divested woman, black woman generally, it can be a blessing and a curse, and it could be even go as far as the most powerful tool ever for success. There are right now a plethora of men of certain age and demographics in the West that will be kindly and willing to take back and accept back the reach back to you as a black woman after you've been indulging and riding enough non-black men and consuming the essence of the non-black men, and even go as far as being on the carousel as long as you've been the cock carousel. You could possibly get a black man to put a ring on it and maybe go as far as have his kid if you desire to. Go think about it. Some black men today, regardless, there's still no laws in place for it. They're not going to be so bold. If you get knocked up by him, they're not going to go as far as to get and ask for a DNA test. Oh, no, they're not going to do that. Oh, no. They're never going to do that. So the possibilities of you come back to the so-called black community and finding black men of any value or equal or higher value is pretty high. And I don't say this as a troll method. I'm just keeping real honest from what I'm seeing right now. To the few brothers that know these ladies are swirling out, they're having non-black babies, and they come back to the black community for black men to be stepdaddies and also maybe go as far as might have his kid if you're lucky. But 9 times time, that's not the case. So the reach back is possibly, it can lead to success to men here in the West if done and be in the right place, right time. It can be done. But is it a winning strategy in the long run? Absolutely not. Because as you see, the generation men that's coming up now, it's going to be very tricky to get them to play ball with your divested ways and your, swirling ways to do what you want, do what you're going to do in the streets, and eventually come back and find a man when you're ready. All right. I said it earlier in the stream. Yes, that's one of the problems why a lot of black men will do it, because they have no self-worth or no self-esteem. And be careful of the all caps. I says once and says again. You put all caps, the bot is going to remove the comments. So be careful. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna start express that when people come into the chat room to never use all caps, because Nightbot is very notorious. It's removing everything. All that we wrote, brother, is gone. Now, if it was on a super chat, it might stay up there, but if it's a rare comment, a free comment, it's not gonna stay up there long, because Nightbot is gonna automatically just obliterate it. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna post this one last comment, and I'm gonna call it stay. Black men are more likely to come back to black women than black women to black men. If anything, black women should en masse reject black men who date out. Also, people do date in and out of their race. Most black people will reject black men, black women with biracials. Yeah. And really, the biracial thing, as it stands, is going to be on both sides now. I see it coming. All right, that's it, guys. If you like the stream, give this video a like. If you have any issues, leave a comment in the comment section. I'll read the comments depending on the severity of the comments. I'll read it. And please subscribe to the Chaos Rain Show. Y'all know, and become a member. If you haven't subscribed to Chaos Rain Show, I know shit. What you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that top notification for all content and the catalog of videos here on the Chaos Rain Show. It's a lot of videos. I advise check them out when you have time. The links to follow me are below. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. You can add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Ray on Facebook. You can also join the Discord service as well, the Chaos Rain Show. Also follow me on Rumble, CRain23 on Rumble. And last but not least, like I said before, and I'll say it again, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show. 2 tiers, pick your tiers. All good, all love. Thank you again for watching. And until next time, the Chaos Rain.
Rocks, bitch.
You, I rebuke. I rebuke. 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 You, I rebuke.
Okay, you can rebuke it all, but it's a very practical process with 49% of the population. And relationships are reflective. You reflect and draw the kind of men that you reflect. You draw what you are. So if your interactions are chaotic with men,
I rebuke.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.